and let witchcraft's disgrace rebound. I decree through Psalm 18, verse 30, as for God, his way is perfect. The word of the Lord is proven. He is a shield to all who trust in him, that your shield rises. Perfect your servant's way, and let witchcraft's flaws bow to your proven word. Father, Psalm 35, verse 26 prays, let them be clothed with shame and dishonor who exalt themselves against me. Clothe every exalted witchcraft spirit in shame. Let your servant rise in honor as their pride falls. By the authority of Psalm 91, verse 9, because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. I declare a dwelling. Let your servant abide in you, untouchable by witchcraft's reach. O Lord, Psalm 34, verse 18 assures, the Lord is near to those who have a broken heart, and saves such as have a contrite spirit. Draw near to your servant. Save them in their contrition, and heal every witchcraft wound. According to Psalm 18, verse 47, it is God who avenges me, and subdues the peoples under me. I prophesy vengeance. Avenge your servant. Subdue every witchcraft force, and let them walk in dominion. Lord, Psalm 35, verse 9 sings, and my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation. Fill your servant with joy. Let their soul rejoice, and let witchcraft sorrow flee your salvation. By the power of Psalm 91, verse 5, you shall not be afraid of the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day. I banish fear. Let your servant rest unafraid, as witchcraft's terrors and arrows miss their mark. O God, Psalm 34, verse 22 vows, the Lord redeems the soul of his servants, and none of those who trust in him shall be condemned. Redeem your servant's soul. Let no witchcraft condemnation stand. I decree through Psalm 18, verse 33, he makes my feet like the feet of deer and sets me on my high places, that your servant rises. Set their feet on high places, swift and sure, above every witchcraft lowland. Father, Psalm 35, verse 18 rejoices. I will give you thanks in the great assembly. I will praise you among many people. Let your servant thank you publicly. Let their praise among many silence witchcraft's whispers. By the might of Psalm 91, verse 12. In their hands they shall bear you up, lest you dash your foot against a stone. I declare uplifting. Let your angels bear your servant up, and keep them from every witchcraft stone. O Lord, Psalm 34, verse 1 proclaims, I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth. Let your servant bless you always. Fill their mouth with praise, and let witchcraft's curses drown. According to Psalm 18, verse 50, great deliverance he gives to his king, and shows mercy to his anointed. I prophesy great deliverance. Show mercy to your servant, and let witchcraft's yoke break under your anointing. Lord, Psalm 35, verse 27 sings, let them shout for joy and be glad, who favor my righteous cause, and let them say continually, let the Lord be magnified. Ignite joy in your servant. Let them shout and magnify you over witchcraft's defeat. By the power of Psalm 91, verse 16, with long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I declare longevity. Satisfy your servant with long life, and let witchcraft's threats dissolve in your salvation. O God, Psalm 34, verse 8 sings, Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusts in him. Let your servant taste your goodness. Bless him in trust, and let witchcraft's bitterness vanish. I decree through Psalm 18, verse 39, for you have armed me with strength for the battle. You have subdued unto me those who rose up against me. That your servant is armed. Subdue every rising witchcraft force, and let them triumph. Father, Psalm 35, verse 5 thunders, let them be like chaff before the wind, with the angel of the Lord driving them on. Drive every witchcraft spirit like chaff. Let your angels chase them away, and let your servant stand firm. By the authority of Psalm 91, verse 3, surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. I declare sure deliverance. Rescue your servant from every fowler's snare, and let witchcraft pestilence perish. O Lord, Psalm 34, verse 15 vows, the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. Turn your eyes and ears to your servant. Let witchcraft's blindness and deafness be their undoing. According to Psalm 18, verse 17, he delivered me from my strong enemy. from those who hated me, for they were too strong for me. I prophesy rescue. Deliver your servant from every strong enemy, and let witchcraft's strength fail. Lord, Psalm 35, verse 6 roars. Let their way be dark and slippery, with the angel of the Lord pursuing them. Pursue every witchcraft way. Darken and slip them up, and let your servant walk in light. By the power of Psalm 91, verse 10, no evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling. I declare immunity. Keep evil and plagues of witchcraft far from your servant's dwelling. O God, Psalm 34, verse 17 promises, the righteous cry out, and the Lord hears, and delivers them out of all their troubles. Hear your servants cry. Deliver them from all troubles, and let witchcraft's grip shatter. I decree through Psalm 18, verse 46, the Lord lives. Blessed be my rock. Let the God of my salvation be exalted. Exalt yourself over your servant. Live as their rock, and let witchcraft bow before your salvation. Father, Psalm 35, verse 23 pleads, stir up yourself, and awake to my vindication, to my cause, my God and my Lord. Stir yourself for your servant, awake to their cause, and let witchcraft's case collapse. By the might of Psalm 91, verse 1, he who dwells in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadow of the Almighty. I declare abiding. Let your servant dwell in your shadow, safe from witchcraft's glare. O Lord, Psalm 34, verse 20 assures, he guards all his bones, not one of them is broken. Guard your servant's bones. Let no witchcraft fracture their frame, for your protection is whole. According to Psalm 18, verse 34, he teaches my hands to make war, so that my arm can bend a bow of bronze. I decree skill. Teach your servant to war, and let their arms break witchcraft's bronze with your strength. Lord, Psalm 35, verse 10 cries, all my bones shall say, Lord, who is like you, delivering the poor from him who is too strong for him? Let your servant's bones testify. Deliver them from every strong witchcraft foe. By the power of Psalm 91, verse 15, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him. I prophesy answered calls. Be with your servant. Deliver and honor them. O God, Psalm 34, verse 9 declares, Oh, fear the Lord, you his saints, for there is no lack to those who fear him. Fill your servant with awe of you. Let no lack from witchcraft touch their life. I decree through Psalm 18, verse 32, it is God who arms me with strength and makes my way perfect. That perfection comes. Arm your servant with strength and perfect their way above witchcraft's flaws. Father, Psalm 35, verse 19 prays, let them not rejoice over me who are wrongfully my enemies, nor let them wink with the eye who hate me without a cause. Silence wrongful rejoicing. Let witchcraft's winking eyes be blinded by the authority of Psalm 91, verse 11. For he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. I release angelic charge. Keep your servant in all their ways, and block witchcraft's paths. O Lord, Psalm 34, verse 13 commands, keep your tongue from evil, and your lips from speaking deceit. Purify your servant's tongue. Let no evil from witchcraft taint their speech, for your truth reigns. According to Psalm 18, verse 48, he delivers me from my enemies. You also lift me up above those who rise against me. I prophesy lifting. Deliver your servant, and lift him above every rising witchcraft foe. Lord, Psalm 35, verse 27 sings, let them shout for joy and be glad, who favor my righteous cause, and let them say continually, let the Lord be magnified. Ignite joy in your servant. Let them shout and magnify you over witchcraft's defeat. By the power of Psalm 91, verse 4, he shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. I declare refuge. Cover your servant with your feathers, and shield them from witchcraft's winds. O God, Psalm 34, verse 21 warns, evil shall slay the wicked, and those who hate the righteous shall be condemned. Let evil slay witchcraft's wicked. Condemn their hatred, and let your servant shine in righteousness. I decree through Psalm 18, verse 19, he also brought me out into a broad place. He delivered me because he delighted in me. That a broad place opens. Deliver your servant, for your delight in them crushes witchcraft's confinement. Father, Psalm 35, verse 8 proclaims, Let destruction come upon him unexpectedly, and let his net that is hidden catch himself. Into that very destruction let him fall. Let destruction surprise every witchcraft worker. Trap them in their own nets, and free your servant. By the might of Psalm 91, verse 13, you shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. I prophesy trampling. Let your servant crush every witchcraft beast. O Lord, Psalm 34, verse 6 testifies, this poor man cried out, and the Lord heard him, and saved him out of all his troubles. Hear your servant's cry. Save them from all troubles, and let witchcraft's burdens lift. According to Psalm 18, verse 37, I pursued my enemies and overtook them. Neither did I turn back again till they were destroyed. I decree pursuit. Let your servant overtake and destroy every witchcraft enemy by your might. Lord, Psalm 35, verse 1 pleads, plead my cause, O Lord, with those who strive with me. Fight against those who fight against me. Fight for your servant. Plead their cause, and let every witchcraft contender fall. By the power of Psalm 91, verse 7, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. I declare invincibility. Let witchcraft fall all around, but never touch your servant. O God, Psalm 34, verse 3 sings, Oh, magnify the Lord with me, and let us exalt his name together. Let your servant magnify you. Exalt your name over their life, and let witchcraft's smallness bow before your greatness. I decree through Psalm 18, verse 45, the foreigners fade away and come frightened from their hideouts. That witchcraft fades. Let every foreign spirit come frightened from their lairs, and let your servant stand bold. Father, Psalm 35, verse 26 prays, let them be clothed with shame and dishonor who exalt themselves against me. Clothe every exalted witchcraft spirit in shame. Let your servant rise in honor as their pride falls. By the authority of Psalm 91, verse 14, because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. I prophesy elevation. Deliver and set your servant on high, for they know your name. O Lord, Psalm 34, verse 10 promises, the young lions lack and suffer hunger, but those who seek the Lord shall not lack any good thing. Open your storehouse. Let your servant lack nothing, and let witchcraft's hunger curses break. According to Psalm 18, verse 40, you have also given me the necks of my enemies, so that I destroyed those who hated me. I decree authority. Give your servant the necks of their enemies, and let them destroy witchcraft's hatred. Lord, Psalm 35, verse 9 rejoices, and my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation. Fill your servant's soul with joy. Let witchcraft's oppression flee, as they rejoice in your salvation. By the power of Psalm 91, verse 16, with long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I declare satisfaction. Satisfy your servant with long life, and let them see your salvation over witchcraft's end. O God, Psalm 34, verse 19 assures, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. Deliver your servant from every affliction. Let witchcraft's many assaults bow to your all-powerful hand. I decree through Psalm 18, verse 46, the Lord lives. Blessed be my rock. Let the God of my salvation be exalted. Blessed be you, their rock. Live over your servant, and let witchcraft crumble as you are exalted. Father, Psalm 35, verse 27 sings, let them shout for joy and be glad, who favor my righteous cause, and let them say continually, let the Lord be magnified. Let your servant shout for joy, magnify you, and let witchcraft's defeat be their anthem. O God, Psalm 35, verse 8 proclaims, let destruction come upon him unexpectedly, and let his net that is hidden catch himself. Into that very destruction let him fall. I decree that every hidden net of witchcraft collapses. Let the wicked fall into their own snares as your servant walks free. By the power of Psalm 121, verse 7, the Lord shall preserve you from all evil. He shall preserve your soul. I declare divine preservation over your servant. Let no evil touch them, for your hand guards their spirit, body, and destiny. Father, Psalm 61, verse 3 sings, for you have been a shelter for me, a strong tower from the enemy. Rise as their strong tower, O Lord. Let every witchcraft attack shatter against your unyielding strength, and keep them safe in your sheltering presence. According to Psalm 7 verses 15-16, he made a pit and dug it out, and has fallen into the ditch which he made. His trouble shall return upon his own head, and his violent dealing shall come down on his own crown. I prophesy the collapse of every demonic plot. Let the wicked reap their own destruction, as your servant rises in triumph. O Lord, Psalm 97 verse 3 blazes. A fire goes before him, and burns up his enemies round about. Release your consuming fire now. Burn up every witchcraft stronghold surrounding your servant, and let your glory be their shield. By the authority of Psalm 64 verses 2-3, hide me from the secret plots of the wicked, from the rebellion of the workers of iniquity, who sharpen their tongue like a sword. I declare your servant hidden from every secret plot. Silence the tongues of witchcraft, O God, and let their words fall to dust. I decree through Psalm 112 verse 3, wealth and riches will be in his house, and his righteousness endures forever, that your servant's house is filled with supernatural abundance. Let every financial curse of witchcraft break, and let wealth flow under your righteous hand. O God of justice, Psalm 35 verse 6 thunders, let their way be dark and slippery, with the angel of the Lord pursuing them. Send your angels to pursue every witchcraft spirit. Let their paths become treacherous, and let your servant walk in the light of your favor. By the might of Psalm 91 verse 11, for he shall give his angels charge over thee, to keep thee in all thy ways. I declare angelic guardianship over your servant. Let no witchcraft attack prevail, for your angels lift them above every snare. Lord, Psalm 34 verse 4 testifies, I sought the Lord, and he heard me, and delivered me from all my fears. Deliver your servant from every fear-driven assault. Let the enemy's terror tactics dissolve as you answer their cry with breakthrough. According to Psalm 18 verse 46, the Lord lives. Blessed be my rock. Let the God of my salvation be exalted. I exalt you, O living God. Rock your servant's life with salvation, and let every witchcraft chain shatter at the sound of your name. O Lord, Psalm 37 verse 15 decrees, their sword shall enter their own heart, and their bows shall be broken. Let every weapon forged by witchcraft turn back on its sender. Break their bows, O God, and establish your servant in peace. By the power of Psalm 91 verse 4, he shall cover you with his feathers, and under his wings you shall take refuge. I declare your servant covered. Let no witchcraft penetration succeed, for your wings are their impenetrable shield. Father, Psalm 59 verse 1 cries, deliver me from my enemies, O my God. Defend me from those who rise up against me. Rise in defense of your servant. Deliver them from every rising enemy, and let witchcraft's power crumble before your throne. I prophesy through Psalm 34 verse 17, the righteous cry out, and the Lord hears and delivers them out of all their troubles. That every cry of your servant is heard. Deliver them from all trouble, O Lord, and silence the works of darkness. O God, Psalm 68 verse 1 declares, let God arise, let his enemies be scattered. Let those also who hate him flee before him. Arise now, scatter every witchcraft enemy, and let them flee in terror as your presence surrounds your servant. By the authority of Psalm 23 verse 4, yeah, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. I decree fearlessness over your servant. Let no shadow of witchcraft prevail, for you are their constant companion. Lord, Psalm 141 verse 9 prays, keep me from the snares they have laid for me, and from the traps of the workers of iniquity. I declare your servant kept. Let every witchcraft snare snap, and let them walk untouched by the enemy's traps. According to Psalm 27 verse 1, the Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? The Lord is the strength of my life. Of whom shall I be afraid? I prophesy strength and salvation. Let your light banish every witchcraft shadow from your servant's life. O Lord, Psalm 35 verse 4 thunders, let those be put to shame and brought to dishonor who seek after my soul. Let those be turned back and brought to confusion who plot my hurt. Shame every witchcraft plotter. Turn them back in confusion as your servant stands secure. By the power of Psalm 91 verse 13, you shall tread upon the lion and the cobra, the young lion and the serpent you shall trample underfoot. I decree authority over every demonic beast. Let your servant trample witchcraft underfoot in victory. Father, Psalm 34 verse 19 promises, many are the afflictions of the righteous, but the Lord delivers him out of them all. Deliver your servant from every affliction. Let witchcraft's grip break, and let them rise in your deliverance. I declare through Psalm 18 verse 17, he delivered me from my strong enemy, from those who hated me, for they were too strong for me, that your servant is rescued. Let no enemy, no matter how strong, prevail, for you are their deliverer. O God, Psalm 57 verse 3 vows, he shall send from heaven and save me. He reproaches the one who would swallow me up. Send help from heaven. Reproach every witchcraft spirit seeking to devour your servant, and save them by your mighty hand. By the might of Psalm 138 verse 7, though I walk in the midst of trouble, you will revive me. You will stretch out your hand against the wrath of my enemies. I prophesy revival. Stretch out your hand, O Lord, and crush the wrath of witchcraft against your servant. Lord, Psalm 35 verse 5 roars, let them be like chaff before the wind, with the angel of the Lord driving them on. Drive every witchcraft spirit like chaff. Let your angels scatter them, and let your servant stand firm in your wind of victory. According to Psalm 91 verse 7, 1,000 may fall at your side and 10,000 at your right hand, but it shall not come near you. I declare immunity. Let witchcraft fall all around, but never touch your servant, for your promise holds him fast. O Lord, Psalm 34 verse 15 assures, the eyes of the Lord are on the righteous, and his ears are open to their cry. Turn your eyes upon your servant. Hear their cry, and let every witchcraft assault dissolve under your watchful gaze. By the power of Psalm 29 verse 4, the voice of the Lord is powerful. The voice of the Lord is full of majesty. I release your voice. Let it thunder against every witchcraft stronghold, breaking them apart with your majestic power. Father, Psalm 18 verse 39 declares, for you have armed me with strength for the battle. You have subdued unto me those who rose up against me. Arm your servant with strength. Subdue every rising witchcraft force, and let them reign victorious in battle. I prophesy through Psalm 91 verse 10, no evil shall befall you, nor shall any plague come near your dwelling, that your servant's dwelling is a no-fly zone for evil. Let witchcraft plagues perish at the boundary of your protection. O God, Psalm 35 verse 26 prays, let them be clothed with shame and dishonor who exalt themselves against me. Clothe every witchcraft adversary in shame. Let their pride crumble, and let your servant rise in honor before you. By the authority of Psalm 34 verse 21, evil shall slay the wicked, and those who hate the righteous shall be condemned. I decree that evil turns inward. Let witchcraft slay its own, and let your servant be exonerated by your righteousness. Lord, Psalm 144 verse 1 proclaims, blessed be the Lord my rock, who trains my hands for war and my fingers for battle. Train your servant's hands for war. Equip them to dismantle every witchcraft scheme by the power of your rock-solid might. According to Psalm 91 verse 14, because he has set his love upon me, therefore I will deliver him. I will set him on high, because he has known my name. I declare deliverance. Set your servant on high, O Lord, for they love and know your name. O Lord, Psalm 18 verse 48 testifies, he delivers me from my enemies. You also lift me up above those who rise against me. Lift your servant above every rising enemy. Deliver them from witchcraft's grasp, and let them soar in your freedom. By the power of Psalm 37 verse 9, for evildoers shall be cut off, but those who wait on the Lord, they shall inherit the earth. I prophesy inheritance. Cut off every evildoer, and let your servant possess the promises of your earth. Father, Psalm 34 verse 16 warns, the face of the Lord is against those who do evil, to cut off the remembrance of them from the earth. Turn your face against every witchcraft worker, erase their remembrance, and let your servant's legacy shine. I decree through Psalm 91 verse 15, he shall call upon me, and I will answer him. I will be with him in trouble. I will deliver him and honor him, that your servant's calls are answered. Be with them in trouble, deliver them, and crown them with honor. O God, Psalm 35 verse 9 sings, and my soul shall be joyful in the Lord. It shall rejoice in his salvation. Fill your servant's soul with joy. Let witchcraft oppression flee, as they rejoice in the salvation of your mighty hand. By the might of Psalm 18, verse 3, I will call upon the Lord, who is worthy to be praised. So shall I be saved from my enemies. I declare salvation. Let your servant's praise rise, and let every enemy be crushed under your worthy name. Lord, Psalm 37, verse 20 promises, but the wicked shall perish, and the enemies of the Lord, like the splendor of the meadows, shall vanish. Into smoke they shall vanish away. Let every witchcraft enemy vanish like smoke. Perish before your servant as they stand in your splendor. According to Psalm 91, verse 16, with long life I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. I prophesy longevity. Satisfy your servant with long life, and let witchcraft's threats dissolve in the light of your salvation. O Lord, Psalm 34, verse 10 assures, the young lions lack and suffer hunger, but those who seek the Lord shall not lack any good thing. Open the storehouses of heaven. Let your servant lack no good thing, and let witchcraft scarcity curses break now. By the power of Psalm 18, verse 44, as soon as they hear me, they obey me. The foreigners submit to me. I decree submission. Let every foreign spirit of witchcraft bow to your servant's authority in you. O God, Father, Psalm 35, verse 10 cries, all my bones shall say, Lord, who is like you, delivering the poor from him who is too strong for him. Deliver your servant from every overpowering foe. Let their bones testify to your unmatched power. I prophesy through Psalm 37, verse 34. Wait on the Lord and keep his way, and he shall exalt you to inherit the land. When the wicked are cut off, you shall see it, that your servant is exalted. Cut off the wicked, and let them inherit your promises. O God, Psalm 91, verse 3 declares, surely he shall deliver you from the snare of the fowler and from the perilous pestilence. Deliver your servant from every fowler's snare. Let witchcraft pestilence perish, and let them walk in your sure deliverance. By the authority of Psalm 34, verse 8. Oh, taste and see that the Lord is good. Blessed is the man who trusts in him. I declare blessing. Let your servant taste your goodness, and let every witchcraft bitterness be swept away by your trust. Lord, Psalm 18, verse 35 testifies, you have also given me the shield of your salvation. Your right hand has held me up. Uphold your servant with your right hand. Let your shield of salvation deflect every witchcraft dart fired against him. According to Psalm 37, verse 39, but the salvation of the righteous is from the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble. I decree strength be their salvation, O Lord, and let witchcraft trouble bow before your might. O Lord, Psalm 91, verse 9 proclaims, because you have made the Lord, who is my refuge, even the Most High, your dwelling place. I declare your servants' dwelling secure. Let no witchcraft breach your refuge, for you are their most high habitation. By the power of Psalm 34, verse 5, they looked to him and were radiant, and their faces were not ashamed. I prophesy radiance. Let your servants' face shine with your glory, and let witchcraft shame be cast far from them. Father, Psalm 18, verse 16 declares, he sent from above, he took me, he drew me out of many waters. Draw your servant out of every flood of witchcraft. Send help from above, and plant their feet on dry ground.